What if a girl was found dead in your hometown, and no one, not a single soul, knew her name? No one claimed her. No one mourned her. This is the case of the Lakewood Jane Doe, and it might be a story you've never heard. Subscribe to Tales of Crime, because every voice deserves to be heard, even the silent ones. It was a cold morning in early March when the call came through. James Harrow, a retired fisherman in his 70s, was walking his usual trail along Silver Pines Lake, tucked behind the quiet, wooded town of Lakewood. He had lived there his whole life. He knew the water. He knew the woods. But he had never seen anything like this. Near the large rock formation the locals call Widow's Point, something was lying in the reeds. At first, he thought it was a trash bag, maybe from the bonfire teens had the night before. But as he stepped closer, his gut told him something was wrong. What he found would haunt him forever. A young woman, late teens, maybe early 20s, pale skin, soaking wet, barefoot. She was wearing a faded white blouse, stained at the collar. Her hands were crossed over her chest, as though someone had gently placed her down. But what froze James was her face. It wasn't twisted in fear. It wasn't bruised or bloodied. It was calm, too calm. Paramedics arrived in under 15 minutes, but they knew she was gone. There were no signs of trauma, no visible injuries, no signs of a struggle. The police assumed drowning at first, but the autopsy ruled that out. Her lungs weren't filled with water. There were no drugs in her system, no alcohol. The pathologist wrote, "Cause of death, undetermined." No immediate evidence of foul play, but death not consistent with natural causes. They checked her fingerprints. Nothing. Her dental records? No match. Her face was scanned against the National Missing Persons Database. Still nothing. It was as if she had never existed. No purse. No phone. No ID. No one came forward. Not in town. Not in the county. Not even from other states. They called her Jane Doe. The media called her the girl by the lake. But in Lakewood, she became something else. A whisper. A warning. A ghost. 1 week after her body was found, local volunteers continued to search the area. That's when they found the cabin. It was hidden deep in the woods, less than a mile from the lake. It looked abandoned. But inside, there were signs of recent life. A half-burnt sleeping bag. Cans of food that hadn't rusted yet. A backpack, its straps torn and frayed. And a fire pit that still held warm ash. But the real discovery came in a floorboard under the back window. Tucked inside, a plastic bag containing 5 photographs. Burned at the edges. A weather-worn journal, its front cover missing. A charm bracelet with 1 letter on it. K. The photos were eerie, for were too damaged to make out. Faces scratched, scenes overexposed. But the 5th showed a girl. The same girl who now lay in the town's morgue. She was standing near a white van, looking directly at the camera. And written on the back of that photo, 3 days before. Most of the journal was unreadable, scorched by fire, soaked by rain. But 1 entry, scrawled across 2 pages, had survived. It read, "They found out. I shouldn't have said anything. But she told me I had to. She said if we didn't say something, it would happen again. And now I'm next. If you're reading this, it means they caught her. Or worse, she knew too much, and they won't let her leave." Investigators weren't sure what it meant, but something about those words sent a chill deeper than any evidence ever could. Was Jane Doe a whistleblower? A runaway? Part of something bigger? Or was someone framing her death to look like something it wasn't? The town of Lakewood fell silent again. Police knocked on doors. Dozens. They showed the photo of the girl. They asked about the cabin, the bracelet, the backpack. But Lakewood wasn't interested in talking. People closed their blinds. Businesses stopped answering calls. One woman, an elderly librarian, told reporters, "You dig too deep in this town, and you'll find what you don't want to." What were they hiding? Was it fear? Guilt? Or a pact of silence formed long ago? Some speculated the town had ties to an old, religious sect from the 1980s. Others whispered about a powerful family known for land deals, money laundering, and past disappearances. One theory claimed she was a runaway from a nearby correctional facility, unofficially buried by the system. But no facility reported any missing girls. And still, no one came forward. Let's go back to the facts. She was young. She had clean hands. No signs of drug use. Her nails were trimmed. Her blouse ironed. The K bracelet looked like a gift, not a purchase. She wasn't homeless. She wasn't addicted. She wasn't lost. She was placed, deliberately, calmly, as if someone wanted her found, but not identified. That's what makes this case different. Most Jane Does are abandoned, but this girl was presented. It's as if the killer, or whoever was behind it, wanted her remembered, but not known. Today, the case remains open. The file sits in a drawer labeled Lakewood Jane Doe, alongside a stack of unanswered tips and a list of phone numbers that lead nowhere. Her fingerprints are still unmatched. Her photo is still on the wall of the county sheriff's office. But the trail is cold, and in Lakewood, life went on. The lake is still calm. The cabin was torn down, and Widow's Point still stands, quiet and watchful. But ask the right person, at the wrong hour, and they'll tell you, the town still remembers, even if it pretends not to. They say the dead can't speak. So if you've heard this story, if you felt what she felt, even for a second, then speak for her. Because someone out there knows her name, and someone out there knows exactly what happened to the girl at Silver Pines Lake. Subscribe to Tales of Crime, and stay tuned as we uncover the truth. Because the truth always leaves a trace.